with Slate 2 MLW action in the books. We have all kinds of Cobra Chaos. We got some ones down. We have some great rookie performances. And the MVP race is starting to really heat up. And this is all the MLW Slate 2 talk in this video. This Discord reacts. Welcome back to the AJ Plays channel. Let's not waste any more time and get right into it. See, here's the thing. I fully believe in Jorgie still as a pitcher, even though I said this, that they shouldn't really have moved the second pick and should have drafted Nguyen Schwander at number 2. I still do fully believe in Jorgie as a pitcher. The problem is you're facing the D-backs, so no wonder in that series, Jorgensen, he's a good pitcher. I wouldn't call him the elitist of the elite right now. He's still going to get lit up because it's the best offense in all of MLW. Utterly hilarious sequence of events. Davey grand slam and they go nuts, and then we're super ass because they blew game 2. I know, you gotta feel for Mallards fans after that, because Davey gives some hope, and then the hope disappears. The Mallards need to trade Flood back so badly if this offense wants to succeed. He's like the driving force. Jorgensen, Beers, and Davey are a good number, like 1, 2, 3. But Coughlin and Bonham have not been doing too well with the bat. You need Flood to come back to really be able to compete. Like, Nui very much has nasty stuff, and we know this already, but it's just a matter of it was one game, and again, second game in MLW, he's more settled in, less nerves, and like he said on the podcast, he's got to throw more strikes. He can't just be, like, in game 1, he approached it with more, looking for more movement and trying to strike guys out, not actually pounding the zone, right? So that is kind of what killed him. But then as for also Nick Saylor looked really good in his 1 inning, and that's just the selflessness of Nick Saylor saying, yeah, give him the ball back. Like, just give Jimmy the ball back. Poor Jimmy. Look at Jimmy's face. Poor Jimmy. What did the... No. In my opinion, Beers is a really, really good UDFA pickup because he's showing a lot of potential at the plate for the Mallards. And then as for Jake Davey, we all know he got really unlucky in that first series, so he really bounced back, and that grand slam was beautiful. Like, he had a really good second slate, and not to say the first slate was bad. It was just terrible conditions, incredibly unlucky, and the wind blowing in. Like, what is Davey supposed to do with that? We got vintage Trevor Bonham, and that's awesome to see that. Oh, look at that. All of a sudden, hey, Trevor Bonham could be back. And then all of a sudden you got the obligatory, yeah, I'll put the clip again. I'm putting the clip pretty much every single Mallard series. Quite literally, like, he looks like such a good pitcher. The movement's there, the pitches are there. He's kind of rediscovered it a little bit. But the problem is his ERA is so much higher than it actually, like, deserves to be. He's basically, like, okay, but listen, this might be the most homer thing I'm saying about the Blue Jays. I think Jeff Hoffman is still a really good pitcher, even though his ERA is like 6, because he's one of the unluckiest. If you pull up his baseball savant, he's like one of the best advanced statistical pitchers. But that's, not how the game is played. It's based on the numbers you see on the field. So unfortunately, Jorgensen's getting killed, even though he looks like one of the best pitchers. I think Brendan Jorgensen is MLW's Jeff Hoffman. Like, that's actually a decent comp. If this man can somehow make a form of advanced stat, like of literal expected stats for pitchers, and I mean hitters on that note, if Sean could pull that off, like for MLW, that's impressive. I don't even know what this man went to school for, but what is this guy's mental capacity? This dude's brain's gotta be fucking massive. Apparently, golf shoes are the hack to hitting better, so if this is the case, I'm only wearing my golf shoes in Long Island. Hilariously, if this actually works, oh my, this might be a cheat code. This might be a cheat code. Chat, I think we found a cheat code. I think the Penguins are gonna be fine. See, Jonah Heath's case is very, very interesting because I don't know if he's going to go ahead and, like, regress to the mean per se, like... I don't know if he would, because as much as, yes, he's performing better than years past, the pitching level has kind of decreased just because of the pitchers who left for BLW. Like, we've been over this. Pitching is going to get a little bit worse, so worse, in quotations, so offense is going to go up. We've been over this being very likely a possibility. And so far, we've had Silver Slugger campaigns from Jonah Heath, MVP seasons from Jonah Heath, and then we're going to get it to Esch and Durand in a bit. But, like, so far, again, the offense is up, and I think Jonah Heath can very well keep this up. I don't think he'll finish with, like, 15-ish homers. He's easily going to smash 10, I think. He'll easily hit 10 homers this year. Like, yeah, there's a really good reason why we've kept UDFAs out of MLW at this point in time. And, yeah, it's because Jack Johnson comes in out of nowhere. Granted, this was very much warranted because Aiden Richard was unavailable and Jordan Curdy is out probably indefinitely. We don't know 100%. I'm not going to make assumptions, but the Gators needed a fourth. So, like in this case, emergency protocol comes in. Yeah, UDFA is allowed. Didn't expect the UDFA to become the next Silver Slugger. Didn't expect Jack Johnson to hit 2 bombs in his debut. But like he said on the podcast, fast swing, like a really fast swing, translates to big time bombs, huge contact. Like the dude was electric in his debut. I mean, with all of these factors being considered, like I part of me is actually kind of wondering, like looking back on it, like how did the Eagles kind of win that series? Because Cheatham was pitching pretty well. Chatty and Jack Johnson were both hitting really well. And Carson and Carter could have looked a bit better, but I mean, this is where Daniel Schultz and Landon Urgitis, their veteran presence, comes in. And Sarah Huber, as much as yes, maybe she let in more runs this time, she was able to get the job done. She shut the door and did what she had to do for the Eagles to win. I had to fact check this, and actually, I'm looking at it now. This is going to be something. Actually, I'll throw it up on the screen now. This is another message from Dark, but like Jason Chadwick, 391 batting average. Is it 2020 again where he's one of the best hitters in the league? And the fact that he's hitting almost 400, the OPS is like 1,000 plus at this point. He is doing really, really well, and he was absolutely ripping it to right field. Again, the lefties mash in MLW, and he's looked really, really good so far to the point where like this is a return to prime form. But this is what the Gators needed to stay competitive this year. They needed this out of their vets for Chatty and Cheatham to lead the way with their bats. This might actually be one of my favorite gifts of all time, and those of you who know, they know I've been spamming the 50 Cent, what he say me for, like that gif, that's one of the funniest memes of all time. But going back to this, again, Sarah Huber, even when she gets in these jams, I don't know what Daniel Schultz tells her, but he's able to get her to simmer down, lock in, and throw strikes. It's some ridiculous stuff. What is going on in the Eastern Eagles development factory? Evan, Evan, come on, dude. Hey, it's the end of a work week. All our brains are out the window on a Friday. We just want to watch MLW, talk with. Sometimes we say stupid stuff. But you know what? It's the end of the week. I'll forgive you. Low key, and this is no disrespect to Sarah Huber, but I think we can maybe pump the brakes a little bit on the Sarah hype. This is coming from somebody who literally just posted in a video 2 weeks ago that that Sarah and Carter are better than Dallas and Evan Trackman. And that may have been a little bit far-fetched at the time. But at this, simultaneously, I think Sarah has the ability to really dial it in. She may need to sometimes get her nerves, calm the nerves a little bit, and then she's able to lock in and get the job done. So that might be the kind of pitcher she is, and it may not be the prettiest, but it gets the job done. Kind of funny, in a year where the draft could have the most impact on the league due to the departing players and the incoming class might have some of the biggest responsibility of kind of filling in for these players. The first draft class that ever occurred in MLW, with that being Brendan Jorgensen, Jimmy Norp, Nick Saylor, Jason Chadwick, Trevor Bonham, and Chris Cheatham in that order, as well as, Liam Jackson hasn't played yet, but Jonah Heath as a rookie. Like, they've all had some of their best seasons in recent years so far through 2 slates. Low-key, this is the kind of stuff I mean when I say overreacting. Listen, we can't go ahead and make ballot predictions like 2 slates in, and we can't at all be writing off Aiden McCarthy, the #1 overall pick, for a good reason, through, at the time, only 1 slate of him performing. And we're literally right about to get into why he just shot right back into the Rookie of the Year conversation, if we're going to have that conversation through 2 slates. Like, it's... Listen, I've always said it. Let's not overreact with players. I overreacted with the video 2 weeks ago for the sake of content. But you got to give them a bit of time. These rookies, you got to judge them on a whole season minimum. You can't judge them series by series. All right, fun fact. So I just recently graduated university, but I'm still in between jobs. So I'm still working at the restaurant that I was working at years ago, right? And I was scheduled from 9 to 4, so I should have been home for like 4:30 to watch the MLW series. But I ended up staying until like 4:40 because we got hit with an early dinner rush. Cool, whatever. I get in the car, and this is the first thing I see. I got a ping saying Lol Preds Part 2. I'm like, what possibly happened? No mercy from Justin. This dude just straight up cooked cabin here. I was wrong about... I remembered when Esh got drafted, and a lot of us were a bit unsure about it because we didn't know much about Justin Esh as a wiffle ball player, but he safely made the transition from baseball to wiffle ball, and he's right now one of the best 3 hitters in the league. Okay. This is a full 30-second clip of like washed NBA, like good NBA players in their washed state on washed teams. Like I saw Sixers Paul George. I think Boston Shaq's the funniest one though. Okay, it's two slates. I think like Cratch has to get going if the Preds want to get going. Kind of like going back to my Blue Jays. We ain't doing shit until Vladdy gets going. Calling them poverty after two slates is hilarious work. They're only 2-4. A lot of teams. There's still three teams tied for 2-4 records, and there's still one series left to be played. At the time I'm recording this, I am recording the first three series in advance here, but even then, like there's still a lot of time left. I think Evan Porter is going to be the starter just based on how much better he looked than Cratch. I think he's definitely snatched the starter's chain at this point in time, just because of how they're deploying him and the results they're getting out of Porter versus Ryan Cratch. So I don't think there's any need to fret with the Preds right now because when that team is clicking, they'll easily sweep you. They will demolish you. I saw this comment and genuinely thought, what am I reading? Like, the MLW comments, I should make a video on some of the wild MLW comments I find, because this used to be Nicken's job. Nickens, if you are still watching these videos, shout out to you, man. I hope you're doing well these days. But this is what Nickens used to find, like some of the most obscure comments and make them a video. Like the MLW comment section gets really wild at times. Like Big Mac cooked Big Chungus. We've reached that part of the video where Jace is going to start rage baiting every single Preds fan, and I'm not gonna lie, I was there for the entire time when this was going on. Kind of funny, but to be fair, a lot of people were saying Preds would win this series 2-1. When I saw the Cobras win, especially the way they won, we'll get into the way they won. Unreal stuff. Like the back-to-back-to-back, that's some crazy stuff. Off a Cratch, mind you. McCarthy, Kwiatkowski, Andy Durand, are you kidding me? They frowned. They knew I wouldn't show up. Oh, Ryan's going to be catching a lot of strays until the next Preds series. He's going to be getting shots thrown at him. He brought receipt. Oh, he brought receipt. Okay, yeah. Y'all are cooked. Yeah, I'm done. I'm leaving. Goodbye. This is not a safe space. I'm done. I'm done. Listen, okay. In the moment, I was very hyped for Aiden. Like Aiden is a player who obviously you want to see the number one overall pick do well, and shut up any people who are going to say, oh, he was drafted too high or whatever. He showed up. He balled out. He was one of the two players, Ryan Cratch being the other. He ain't washed. Who hit a ball onto the roof in this series, absolute power machine right now. And again, he had a breakout series for him. Like this is what he had to do. Side note, go Knicks. Listen, I don't support what the Knicks fans are doing. I know. Listen. And I think if the Leafs ever win the Stanley Cup, they'll do the same thing in this city. I don't support what they're doing in New York, but I'm so happy for the fans because I remember the Knicks being the most poverty franchise for the last like at least 20 years, and they haven't won in 50 plus. Until this past Saturday night, the Spurs just choked in the final. Like, I want to make that clear. The Spurs, Wembanyama, what are you doing? Stop chucking threes. Just put ball in hoop. It's not that hard. Caden's yell made that call so much better. Like, the ball's leaving the yard. Kyle hasn't really started the gone yet. And all you hear from Caden, oh my god, it's so perfectly timed that it made the call so much better, and it really just showed like what that walk-off meant to the Cobes and how huge that is for their morale, and overall that this could be the turning point of their season. This could catapult them to a huge run that we've never seen before from these Cobes. Shane, what in the Avengers Assemble is this gif anyways? Like, who made a young Sheldon gif out of these guys walking into a garage door? What? This is so dumb. Okay, last Jace meme, and this one might make the thumbnail. I think I'm gonna put this one in the thumbnail. That is some diabolical crap. You need 2 outs and you piss yourself. Yo, okay, no, Jay, I don't know if I can put that in the thumbnail. That is crazy. Last thing I'm going to say about the Cobes, and then I'm going to talk a bit about the Preds, because I realized some of these screenshots didn't have much of that. Let's make one thing clear. The Cobras have always been a team that thrives off momentum, that thrives off vibes. And Andy Durand, when the vibes are high, is one of the best hitters in the league. And so far, they've done everything they can to keep the vibes high. And I think this is just a different Cobes team that we've seen from years past. Caden Irwin has a group of guys that fight to the very last pitch, the very last out. They don't give up. And because they're not giving up, they clawed back. They were 0-4 on the season. They finished 2-4 on the day. They were 0-1 in the series. They finished 2-1 on the day. They were down 5-3 in that final inning. Sorry, they were down 5-2 in that final inning, and they won. So that's a team right there, a gritty Cobras team that I am so excited to see how they build off of this in the upcoming slates. As for the Preds, I mean, besides the fact that Evan Porter, like Evan looked really good on the mound. Ryan crashed again. He's just got to get better at the plate. He has to really get going. Drew and Justin Ash did their thing, but you need Levi Flair to be there. Warda and Russell are like playing, but like at replacement level right now, to be honest. All right, and finally we have Magic Cats, and here we go. Dark, we're just starting. We don't need to hear that you're doing this. Dark is 100% bitter because obstruction has been called in MLW before, but this time just because it benefits the Cats and goes against his Magic, of course he's going to be a little bit pissed about it. I'm not surprised, but like it's also this has been called before. This isn't nothing new. Cooper Burkle's like literally a two-way machine. Meanwhile, you have Dark over here. Oh my. Okay, the Magic, yes. Here's the good thing. They're only 2-4, and they're tied with like 3 other teams for the final 2 spots in the playoff race. It's only Slate 2, why are we talking playoffs? But when it comes to their performance, geez, man, they need Brady Pearson back, and they need somebody else to step up at the plate. They need some hitters. This can't be Walgate becoming 2018 Jacob deGrom. And again, okay, so a lot of this so far is just Dark ranting, but let's make one thing clear. This is not a jab at RJ whatsoever, because I've always thought he could be a really solid hitter when the time came. However, it's the fact that he's the best Magic hitter right now. That's not what he can be the second or third. He could ideally be the third best. You want at least Brady, and then one of Dembo or Shoke to be better than him. But they need more offense. They obviously need more offense. Brady was missing that series, and he was kind of carrying the load. Shoke had the homer, yes, but there wasn't really much going on besides that. The crash out continues. I'm gonna leave because I don't think I'm safe here. I'm gonna walk out of my room now. I'm not safe here. Bye, guys. Thank you for reminding me, because I didn't know which series they were, but I do recall these plays in particular now. When they did happen, like obstruction has been called and the runner's been called out. So this isn't some anti-Magic pro-Wildcat propaganda that Dark wants you to believe. Okay, 2 things. 1, Shane, it's 2 slates. Chill. This rookie's been in the league 2 slates. Relax. But then as for the Magic team's things, here's the thing. There are a lot of records right now that are 4-2. The Mallards, no one's saying they stink, but they could be better than what they are. Preds, everyone's saying that they suck, just based on their expectations coming into the year. Cobras, everyone's saying, oh my god, this team can be really good, just because of the recency bias. And then as for the Magic, yeah, they stink. I understand the offense wasn't great. They gotta just get the bats going. This is a team that, they have all the pitching, all the time. They have so many pitchers. RJ Walgate's your ace, and then it's a 3-man battle between Brady Pearson, Johnny Dembowski, and Liam Porter. You need the hits. They gotta get the hitters. And when they get the hitters going, this is a fun, young team with so much upside. I'm not gonna argue this whatsoever, to be completely honest. The Magic lost a sense of identity with Jack Agner retiring. And because you don't have that bearded bangarang in the dugout, you don't have him yelling, you don't have his electric homers, mind you. You don't have that. Yes, he only hit a homer every once in a while, but the point stands. They're missing a spark plug. RJ's a great talent. Ackerman's been a veteran for many years. A lot of new talent. They don't have a full-on lightning bolt that's making them stand out. So, I kind of understand the forgettable narrative. Okay, so first off, a little bit of self-promo here. I'm plugging this. If you didn't see the Patrick Ballman interview last week, go ahead and check it out. But Pat did say in that the plan is, because Burkle has such a disgusting arsenal, and this isn't just a good edit, this isn't gassing him up. He has so many good, reliable, consistent pitches that he is, again, first year in the league, so yes, he's going to have that benefit of teams not seeing him yet, but he's fairly unhittable right now, to be completely honest. And on that note, again, you're going to ride the hot hand. Pat doesn't care if he's pitching, he just wants to do his best to win. He will break another fence, at least one fence a series, apparently. And then Kyle's probably going to get the game 2 starts for now, at least while Pat is recovering. But that just means Pat needs to step up with his offense. But as for Cooper Burkle, this dude is a shoo-in right now for Rookie of the Year. Okay, it's 2 slates in. But he's definitely the leading candidate in my eyes for Rookie of the Year. Low-key, for a team that traded away Nick Saylor and then lost Jackson Pearson and Sean Hornberger to what we all know at this point. Cooper Burkle coming in and being this absolute unit, this spark plug for the Cats, this is something the Cats franchise needed, because they've been the cusp of mediocrity, and they've been so good, but they've been the if team. That's the word I'm looking for. Dark has called them the if team for years, because it's well, if Pat pitches really well, if Kyle can rediscover his form, and if Ty Fresnick can come around too. But they don't have that anymore. It's the Cooper Burkle show. That's what this has turned into. There are two separate Kyles. There's the happy Kyle, who is the player for the Cats, the manager for the Cats, who's like so happy with the defensive play. And then there's Commissioner Kyle, who's like, dude, we need a new fence. You keep breaking this, we are going to need a new fence. I think Kyle's got conflicting emotions with that, but I mean, like, how? This dude has he's got one functioning leg. The other one is still recovering. And he says, I don't give a crap. I'm going to break this wall. Okay, it's kind of unfortunate, to be completely honest. It's fair. It's like, even the biggest Magic fans in the world can go ahead and tell you this. And unfortunately, there's no evidence right now that I can use to say otherwise. He's got to figure it out. If he wants to stick around in MLW, at least even next season, man, like, he's got to pick it up. He's got to get going. And granted, in 2023, he got going as the year went on. That's it. I'm buying a Burkle jersey. I'm buying a Cooper Burkle jersey when I have more money to spend. Who's texting me? Listen, a lot of guys, especially the Polar Penguins, we are all big fans of Liam Porter. We want this dude to get more reps, either on the mound or at the plate. Give this dude something. He's so dedicated. He's gonna go to every series. He loves going to the series. He loves MLW. He loves hanging with the guys. That's great, and he's a great personality too. Like, that was a very entertaining mic'd up. But can you give him some playing time? Like, no disrespect to anybody else, but I don't think he could have been any worse than the other Magic hitters in the lineup today. Are we serious? And we end with Jace bait. Okay, yeah, we're done here. Okay, this is it. This is the last one of the day. Yeah, of course. It's just Jace rage baiting people again. Why? What are we doing here, bro? All right, guys, that's it for this video. I want to thank y'all so much for watching this one. And again, if you have any thoughts on any of the teams, the players, the series, anything to do with Slate 2 or anything upcoming with Slate 3, leave those down in the comments below. And if you want to see me do any MLW video ideas, let me know down in the comments below as well. Every Tuesday, 4 p.m., we got new MLW content coming out for y'all. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I'm going to see you guys all next time. Peace out, y'all.